What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods, and it is a cold Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the ModMyMods news update. Today we have a couple fun little products that I found on the internet, a couple cool little deals that I found also on the lovely internets, and I figured we could take a look at them. On top of that, I wanted to see if we could possibly do a couple little of the landing scenarios in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I figured what we would do is we'll talk about the news first, and then we'll move on to other things that are happening in the world, as well as the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, we were discussing actually maybe cutting the stream down to only once a week. And I didn't know what you guys thought about that. You know, obviously, we appreciate everyone that joins us, you know, Mondays and or Tuesdays and Fridays. What in the absolute hell is that? I'm sure you guys can hear it. It sounds like an orbital polisher or something like that. It's unbelievably loud. But that's beside the point. We've been considering cutting them down at least to once a week, or, I mean, if you guys are enjoying the twice a week, obviously we'll keep it going. However, you know, doing it twice a week doesn't necessarily always has its perks. So if you guys do want to do it just once a week, what day would you prefer? Would you rather it be a Tuesday, or would you rather it be a Friday afternoon type of thing? I know everybody's located in different parts across the world while they're watching this and stuff like that. So I can understand it being a little bit difficult to just pick a day, but if you had a preference, if we did, you know, dial it back to one day a week, which day would you choose? So if you have a second and you want to drop me an answer in the chat, that would be appreciated. Otherwise, I'll put up a poll on social media and you guys can submit your vote there as well. So without further ado, let's take a look and see some of the fun, lovely things that I found on the internet today. So starting off, I found this lovely borrow this lovely case distro plate thing, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this is. Besides the obvious, I know that it's a distro plate that is a computer that's very similar to the one, yeah, funny enough, Travis, it's a round version of the one that you used at CES. That's right. So they make one that is a square, that's a distro plate and has the motherboard mounting tray on it and everything like that. But this one is obviously circular. It looks like it supports up to 2 radiators on the back side of it. And again, this is all a distro plate on the front. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, they got the idea from the WinBot from the N1. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, because it is kind of just, it's very niche. It's kind of like the Zadek Moab. If you haven't seen one of those, let's take a look. Moab 2. Basically what it is it's kind of like a so the Zadek Moab is like an all-in-one PC that's water-cooled, and it's all custom and everything like that, and it pretty much only has like 2 visible runs for the water cooling setup and everything like that. I'm not sure why we're going in this direction, but it seems like because the Moab, actually, this big the plate that everything gets mounted to is actually a distro plate, which is very similar to what obviously Borrow CH is doing. But it's kind of funky looking, and I'm not entirely sure why we're doing it. I think it's mostly just because, well, hey, we can put our motherboard on our distro plate, but maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. Maybe I'm not seeing it. I don't know. But that's not for me. That's for you guys to decide, because to be honest with you, I don't think I would buy one of those. I don't even think I would want to build on one of those, because they're funky looking. And I don't know. They don't seem like they would be very structurally sound either. Unless this bottom plate here weighs like a ton, I'm having a tough time believing that that's going to sit right or look right or whatever. But hey, maybe there's somebody else out there that's better at modding and building PCs than we are, which I'm sure there are, and I know there are, that can actually make this work and make it look really nice. Again, that's just not my cup of tea, but very cool nonetheless. You know, it's a little bit different, but it's also circular. So you have all these square things like graphics cards and, you know, motherboards. And they're mostly all rectangles. Go figure. This is not. So, yeah, whatever. I don't know. But again, thanks everybody that has joined us today. Show Hero, not Nancy, Captain. Thanks for being here, Travis. Robert Bobby, appreciate it. Oh, Mr. Finch. Paul, thanks for being here as well. I appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, not every pretty part is for everyone, but someone probably likes it. I agree. I totally agree. Speaking of things that are pretty, and probably people will disagree with me here, and I'm okay with that, because we're going to touch on what Show Hero is actually saying on this next thing. Check it out. Mad Catz, which isn't necessarily always the greatest brand when a lot of people talk about like peripherals and stuff like that. However, they have come out with this mouse. What the hell is it called? The Mojo M1 Lightweight. Okay, I get it. Everybody's trying to do the glorious PC, glorious gaming mouse. You know, I get it. I understand. However, this one looks kind of freaking cool. It looks, well, first of all, that looks like a kitty cat face. It looks like a really pissed off kitty cat, but it looks like a kitty cat, which is kind of cool. On top of that, oh, wow, that shines in all sorts of different directions. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Again, this kind of goes in line with the Glorious mouse, which I don't know if you've seen that. Glorious Model O, perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go here. Yeah, it kind of looks exactly, well, not exactly, but it does look similar to the Model O. And then Cooler Master has one as well. Yeah, what is this? The 711. Why would you name it that? The 7 and then the 710 gaming mouse and the 720. That, yes, again, cheese graters for your hand. I agree. They're supposed to be super lightweight, supposed to be really easy to move around and that type, you know, I don't know, lightweight again. I always preferred a huge heavy mouse, you know, like when they used to send you a mouse with the little weights in it and everything like that. I would pack it with as much weight as I humanly possibly could, so it would be harder to move it, because, well, I don't necessarily have the steadiest of hands, but if it's heavier, then it doesn't shake around as much. However, I thought that this particular mouse looked pretty nice, which, again, yes, it does kind of look like a cheese grater. Don't disagree with that. At only 70 grams of weight, yeah, okay. All right, I get it, you know. Designed for different grip styles, which, if you have the, I forgot what they call it. They have, like, there's like 3 or 4 different versions. The Pat, or the Claw, or the, I think it's like the side saddle or whatever. But again, I thought that this particular mouse looked kind of cool. It was just a little different. I don't know. A little bit different than everything else that's out there. And it kind of has like a little mixture of everybody's stuff. Hans! Funny enough, they were just talking about you. I can't get behind distro cases. I don't know if Hans was the first, but he did it the best, is what Kevin, Mr. James Daly himself, was saying as well. But Hans, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. My G502 loaded up with like 90 grams of lead weight. Yeah, exactly. So I have the M600. Is it the M600? Yeah, the M600, the big beefy guy, which I really enjoyed And I thoroughly enjoy it because, one, it's heavy, but you get the side buttons and everything like that. But this particular mouse, I thought just looked aesthetically pleasing. It's different. It's not the same as all of the holy cheese graters like the Model O or the Cooler Master. You know, this is like the Cooler Master cheese grater. And this is like the Hexagon cheese grater and so forth. This one looks like a little kitty cat. So, I don't know. Thought it was kind of cool. Thought you guys might want to take a look at it and voice your opinions about it. So, on your Twitter, there's a pic of that circular case all decked out. Yeah, see, Hans, it's kind of weird because when you're talking about computer components, and especially internal computer components, like, everything's square, right? The only thing that's not really square is, well, the mouse, right? This guy right here, the mouse, or your headset, that's not really square. But everything on the inside is square. You got your RAM stick, guess what? Square. You got your motherboard, yep, that's a rectangle. The graphics card, same thing, square. So like I understand trying to kind of go outside of the box, right? Because it's square. And trying to make this circular thing happen, I think that's kind of cool, but also at the same point, it's like, why? Circular. Where's the thing? There it is. Just saw it. Okay, so this guy right here is what we were talking about. Yeah, I've always had the idea that a distro plate should serve a purpose and simplify a build, not just be there for the sake of being there. I would totally 100% agree. The front distro plate that comes from, I think it's Bits Power, for the O11D, I think is a perfect example of that, Hans. Because you're talking about having a plate in the front that allows you to route your pipes straight into it, and then will also be move it so you're not having to make certain bends and stuff like that in the case. I think that's pretty neat and actually functional. But when you're starting to make, like, I don't know, little random distro plates that don't necessarily look or function great, meh, I don't know. $10 says that distro ends up inside of a wheel. Well, they already have the wheel, though, Mr. Daly. They have the BBS, funny enough. This guy right here. There's a BBS wheel, borrow CH speed is what the hell they call it. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Alibaba. Which is apparently a rim that you can put your liquid-cooled PC in, which is cool, but I don't know. That's like a one-off thing. Again, it's kind of like the Moab, cool idea, but one-off type of case. It's only going to serve a purpose for a certain marketplace, really. So cool, but I don't know. Not anything that I would run out to buy immediately. This was the square version that Travis was talking about here. That is the plate, the distribution plate that is also your case, per se. So I think it's a result of companies trying to one-up each other. The customers clearly want distro plates, and most people are not too concerned about form over function as long as it looks unique and badass. Funny that you say that, Hans, because that will be a perfect segue into my next little bit on this show. I was going through the Black Friday sales on Newegg, which there are some things that are okay, and mostly, to be perfectly honest with you, it's like $20 off here, $10 off there. It's not anything crazy. However, I was scrolling through and I found these guys, which is a perfect example of somebody trying to one-up another, because these look very similar to a set of RAM sticks that I've seen before that I know from a reliable and well-known company. These look funky as hell. I don't know if they took after EVGA and wanted to make the gold accent like their red color or whatever, but I'm not really sure how I feel about these. They look fugly. They look so bad. Yes, that's exactly, Mr. Daly, exactly who I was talking about. That's a Wonder Woman vibe. All right, so fine. Let's make it Wonder Woman. Then make the sticks red, because then it would be red and gold. Oh, and then then it might be more like a Iron Man color scheme. So that might not do. I don't know. Regardless, these are very funky looking, and apparently, according to Travis, he's built with them before. These are a pain in the ass to build with because they cause so many clearance issues, which I can totally understand that. And he does not like them at all. Oh, hey, look, there's a red color. Oh God, boo, boo. Oh, let's go back to black. Oh, there's a white. Oh, no. No, I clicked too many times. I fat-fingered it. Let's give me the white. Give me the white. Seriously? I click the white and it doesn't actually, like, turn it white like it's supposed to? Okay, yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's just go back to black. Okay, maybe we have to, like, select one. There we go. Okay. The white isn't any better. Oh, but they have white PCBs. That's kind of cool. So you could, like, rip those heat sinks right off and, I don't know, throw them out. And then use the white PCBs if you have, like, a white motherboard. That'd be kind of cool. The timing is awful, too. What do we got for timings here? Let's look. Let's look, see what we got here. All right, so 3200 megahertz, which is probably what you're going to need. Or at least, yeah, definitely what you're going to need. 16, 20, 20. Boo. All right, let's go for 36. Okay, really? Wow, those aren't. Ugh. Yeah, not really a fan. Again, as I'm seeing in the chat here, yes, some people are saying they do look decent in a regular build, but yes, rip AIO that's top mounted because that shit ain't gonna fit. And hell, you'd be lucky if you can actually get a radiator up there with fans on it. I doubt it, but with LEDs, the heat sink, they probably heat up the RAM more than they cool it down. Yes, I would agree with that. That's kind of like the Thermaltake Tough RAM, right? Tough RAM. Take a look at this. RGB strip on the top here, which is pretty cool, but again, remember, any RGB casts heat. Those LEDs are heated up. Or they do cause a lot of heat, and so that heat is pretty much going to soak onto your heatsink here. So, does it look cool? Yes. Is it hot? Yes. Is it hotter than normal RAM sticks without any RGB? You betcha. You bet your bottom. So, I don't know, something that are on the unless they're. I don't even know how to say it. The Capelix, I think is how you say it correctly. But yes, unless there are a certain type of LED or lighting that they have set up there, it's pretty much always going to add some sort of heat to it. So I don't know. Again, if you're looking for a couple deals on electronic stuff, ooh, look at that. There's a hot plate from Roseville, because that's about all they're good for. You can go to Newegg and go to the Black Friday deals, and they continue to add more and more Black Friday deals as the day goes on. And then I know that they are going to dump in some more deals come Friday, because they actually have like the ad here that says, hey, check it out. Here's some of the stuff that's coming out. Cool. You can buy one of these pre-built things if you absolutely wanted to, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. Do it yourself. That way you learn how to do it. All about the education. So, that being said, if you want to take a look, go to Newegg.com. They got a bunch of deals are going on. They're not the greatest deals in the world. I'm sure there will be more released when it comes to Black Friday or even closer. definitely keep that in the back of your head. We will also be having a Black Friday sale. I don't exactly know the details of everything just yet, but I do know that I'm pretty sure we're going to start it before Thanksgiving and end it on Cyber Monday. So you'll have almost a week of pure savings. So should be pretty cool. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. And if you are signed up for our newsletter, obviously you'll get a newsletter talking all about that. So yeah, I do not think I ever had RAM overheat. I love the days of, oh my god, yes, I water cooled my RAM because I could, because why not? And to be perfectly honest with you, there's absolutely zero reason to like water cool your RAM. It does look cool. It's pretty dope. It's like baller status when you're like, yeah, I'll water cool my RAM and my motherboard and my hard drives. What's up? What do you water cool? You got an AIO? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Why don't you get up on my level right here? Right? But yeah, no, it's, to be perfectly honest with you, there's no real point. And yes, I'm kind of glad that it's over with. My G-Skill hit almost 50 today during RAM testing. No issues at all. I agree. And water cool, man. Shh, Travis, come on, you ruined it for me. It's sitting right over here. But all right, since Travis already said it, and yes, we water cool everything because, you know, get up on my level, right? You remember how I was showing you a water cool block for, you know, that lovely thing that we were doing there? Well, we got it plated, and it's damn shiny now. So that is now nickel plated and ready to go. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of an issue with the acrylic that was created for us. It was a little bit too small. So we're having another piece that's created and going to come to us. But this is what the top looks like there. And that was actually created by our good friend Ishmael over at Killer Mods, who does an incredible job with doing an acrylic work. So between the two pieces, those will obviously go back together. Oh, what was that? All right, so Hans, last week, do I have it? I don't have it over here. So we're creating this awesome block here, which I'm going to try and not shine it in your face here. It is a custom block that we had our friend Christoph design for us for the EVGA new audio card, which, you know, if you're going to water cool RAM, why the hell not water cool your audio card, right? Full coverage block, yeah. So we did that once, and we gave it to EVGA for their display at PAX West, and it had like all of the crazy little MCX blocks that come from AlphaCool, so we put those all on and got that all squared away. And to be honest, like, it worked, but it was not like, it didn't really look, I mean, it looked cool, but it wasn't on this level. Okay. And yeah, that guy, that's a legitimate block. It's heavy as hell, and it's you know, obviously we're gonna have the acrylic top here. That is all gonna be machined, you know, that's all been machined out and everything like that. And it is, yes, I would agree. So dumb that I love it. I'm glad that you like it, Hans. The right type of overkill. Exactly. You know, why water cool anything? Well, because you can, right? So that's actually going to go into our Star Wars build, which I don't know if you have seen anything from our good friend Stefan from Random Design 3D. He's a very good friend of ours, located over in Michigan, and makes all sorts of crazy goodness. But let me show you here what I got. These parts are actually on their way to us, hopefully in the next week or so. And this is actually going to be part of the Battle for Hoth computer build that we're putting together. So these are just some of the pieces. We have 2 other pieces that are coming, and we're going to get this all squared away. But yeah, that's the shield generator, and that's the turret from the Battle for Hoth. So Yes, indeed, that is for Hoth, exactly. So we have the T-47 fighters that are getting created as well, and then I have some vinyl stuff that we're... Oh, that's Hoth. You need a drum set for that one. But we have the fighters getting created. I have vinyls that I'm also creating. We're Cerakoting the case. Funny enough, the actual color code for the Cerakote is called Stormtrooper White. Pretty dope. So we're actually moving quite a bit on that build in the next week or so. Once we have all of the parts, we can put it all together. Then we can take it all apart, send it to Cerakote, and then bring it back and then put it all back together. Because any computer build's got to be put together and taken apart like 800 times, right? That's how every build goes. So that is pretty cool stuff. Again, big thanks to everyone that's participated and helped us out with the various parts that we're doing here. Everyone from Stefan to Ishmael to Christoph to Matt down the hall, who's at CNC Works or Great Lakes CNC. EVGA, who's helped us out with the audio card and the power supply, and Watercool, who's helped us out with a lot of the water cooling stuff, EK, who's helped us out with a lot of the water cooling stuff as well, Oris, who's helped us out with the hardware, and all sorts of good stuff. And then obviously the main kit and caboodle here, the main sponsor, which would be AMD. Very big shout out to them for providing one of the Threadripper CPUs, which is going into this badass PC. So I'm excited to show it to you guys once we actually make some serious progress here. But I was waiting for these parts to come in, and unfortunately they do not fit, so I have to wait a little bit longer. That's what computer building's like, right? That's it. So the other thing that I found while I was looking on the internets today was that Jay's 2 cents, ended up coming out with this. I wanted to show just this part of the video, which is EK basically showing. You want to talk about levels? Yeah, EK went up here. Okay, there. I'll just let it explain itself.
I've got some stuff I want to show you here. So I received the new ROG Crosshair Dark Hero from Asus. So this seems like a pretty good platform to build something on there. And then I received something else.
Yeah.
This.
Yep. Yeah.
This.
How big is it?
All the water.
It's huge.
For the new Radeon graphics cards.
Now, that is an unbelievable spread when it comes to EK. Good shout out to Jay's 2 cents also getting one as well. Yeah, and Tiny Tom got one. I think Gamers Nexus got one, and Pulse Hardware. But that is a really, really cool sample kit. That's for sure. They did a good job with the presentation. It's not necessarily always about the functionality, but sometimes it's about the presentation. You got one of those too? Dude, I want one of these. Those are dope, man. Those look so good. Yeah, EK went with the big dick flex. Yeah, absolutely. They were like, hey, this is how long it is, and this is the girth too, because this is just unbelievable. So, very, very cool stuff. And I would agree with you, Hans. I think the 404, what do they covet? The hug. Damn it, I can't think of what it's called. But basically, once everybody clicks on the AMD card for tomorrow and tries to buy one, it's going to be SOL. I mean, shit. If it was anything like the NVIDIA launch, it'll definitely be worse. And, yeah, the hug of death. Thank you. Yeah, the warm hug of death. Oh, it's so nice. Yes. Oh, too many people. And then your website crashes. That happens quite a bit to us, actually. Especially when we do a sale. Everybody and their mom clicks on the website and it's like, plane's going down. There's no engines. There's no fuel. There's no chance of any survivors. So, that being said, that's pretty cool. If you want to go to Jay's 2 cents on YouTube, not that he really needs any more subscribers or anything like that. However, he does have some pretty insightful information and did get one of these awesome boxes. So, he will definitely definitely see the cool stuff that's in there. So let's see what else. Oh, okay. So a good friend of ours, Amanda, who's actually at Circuit Breaker Labs, who she does a really cool job on creating custom-made jewelry that is from circuit boards, which is pretty dope, actually. She makes all sorts of really cool stuff. I actually have... I don't have it with me. I have some of her art, and I also have some of the pins and stuff like that, which is actually pretty neat. Again, she makes ornaments and necklaces and actual like jewelry out of it, as well as custom gifts. This Skyline, where's the one from Rochester? She made one that was Rochester as well, which was pretty cool. And again, these are actually all made out of circuit boards, which is pretty dope. And I've actually provided her with some of the blank boards and stuff like, well, not blank, but some of the boards that we have basically had lying around and stuff like that. And again, she does some pretty cool stuff. So give her a like, a share. She's circuitbreakerlabs.myshopify.com. And yes, actually, Hans, what I will do is I will dump a link into the chat right now for you. Boom. If you want to check out some of her stuff. Again, she does some really cool stuff, and everything is actually made to order too. It's not like she's got a boatload of these things just hanging around. When you call and you want the heart that's made out of red, or if it's made out of green, whichever, she's gonna then take the board and actually do the work herself, and put it together and send it out to you. So everyone is made to order, which is pretty neat. Especially, like, I'm a fan of like the heart necklace that is actually the circuit board and stuff. I think that some of those are really freaking cool. I was actually trying to find, because she had where the hell is it? It was more art. Because what she did is she actually made a pyramid. And it was gifts. Maybe it's under gifts. There it is. Yeah, it's actually a paperweight, and it's. I saw her make a blue one, and it looks so freaking cool. So if you're looking to get some, gadget art, pretty much is what it is. Some unique handmade and made-to-order gadget art. This is definitely the place to go. Again, she's really awesome. She's a Rochester native as well. And she does a lot of really cool stuff. So give her a like, a share, a tweet, follow, maybe an order or whatever. But again, you can find her, Circuit Breaker Labs, on Facebook as well. And then you can go to the Shop Now tab. Or I dumped a link into the chat here. So definitely very, very cool stuff. But the one thing that she did share today was that one of these awesome little cartoons, and I'm a big fan of this. I'm pretty sure this is damn it, I follow him on Twitter and I can't remember what his name is now. I gotta look. Let me find the correct source, that way I can source it correctly. I think it's Lonel. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to find it and then share it again on the chat here. But yeah, he makes all sorts of really cool and awesome little ditties here, and obviously this one I kind of thought was relatively funny. So big shout out to her, Amanda, and again, give her a like, a share, tweet, follow. You can find some really cool stuff. And again, I've ordered a bunch of different things from her as well, and she's really awesome. So you will not be surprised by the quality. It will be way better than what you think. So very cool stuff. very awesome person to work with, and we appreciate what she's doing. The one thing that I was trying to do that I haven't gotten to finish yet is the BIGKevin stickers. So that will be an announcement here in the next couple days. I do have, I can at least show you again. Hold on. There we go. I do have the BIGKevin stickers. These are a limited edition sticker that is actually only going to be available until they run out, which I don't have my glasses on, otherwise it'd look pretty close. However, we do have these. They will be put onto the website. You will actually get a notification, probably on social media, when they are actually available, and then you can order one if you'd like. However, there are only a limited number of them, and once they are gone, they are gone. So, limited product number 3 from ModMyMods. The first one was... what was the first one? Oh, the USB bottle opener. The second one is the GPU strut, and the third one would be the BIGKevin sticker. So, pretty cool stuff. So that's pretty much it for the news today. That is all I really wanted to go over, because, I mean, everybody's pretty much waiting for the AMD release with their cards tomorrow. We'll see how that works. You know, Hans, obviously, with the 404 debacle, I'm sure will happen. You know, everybody will want to get one, and they won't be available. Not a surprise, so... make sure to share my EK box with my friends at Mod. Aw, thanks, Kalen. I appreciate it, buddy. And again, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, my friend. I really do. So the last thing that I wanted to do today is actually talk about some of the fun little things that you can do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. More importantly, there's actually a landing challenges, which is pretty fun. They update them every month or so, and you can go through and basically compete to get the best score, right? And the score is actually relatively difficult to get a perfect score. I mean, some of these people almost have 2 million points when it comes to actually making it happen. And so what goes into the score is, obviously, you have your indicator here, which is your ideal landing spot. So how square are you to the runway when you actually land on it? The second would be, where are you in relation to this actual the landing marks and the landing area? And then the third would be, how smooth of a landing is it? So if you come in and you're smashing the ground like it's a lowrider and you're bouncing on hydraulics, then obviously you're not going to get that great of a score. However, so far, does it actually show mine? Because I know that I've done this already. So I wanted to at least show you how this can be extremely entertaining and also frustrating as hell. Because getting a perfect landing is very difficult to do. However, they make it challenging, obviously, for a reason, right? And they usually put you into a different airplane every time. So this particular challenge is the jet. I think it's just a private jet. All right, so runway elevation is at 64.51. The slope is at 0 degrees. This is it. Okay, and hey, look at that. Okay, and I hate how short the pilot is in this stupid plane, because no pilot is that short ever. All right, so here's what we'll do. We have flaps are down at flaps. Yeah, okay, so at 15 degrees, landing gear is down. Throttle, I can actually go back a little bit more on, and we're going to try and line ourselves up with the runway here. Actually, I probably should have gone down a little bit farther. But that is okay. Yeah, about 170 knots. Relatively close here. So looks like we're a little bit higher than I'd like to be. I want to be about 400 feet right now from the ground, and the only way that I actually know that we're relatively close to the ground is that the elevation of the runway is 6,500 feet. There we go. There's the call out for 500. Alright, so now we'll engage full flaps here. Give it a little bit more. Oh boy, we are way high. Alright, let's see if I am 100% off the throttle now, which I'm going to overshoot this real bad. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, so also, on top of the fact that I didn't necessarily land on the mark or in the middle of the runway, really. It's a smaller plane, obviously. It will actually now calculate your score, which is kind of cool. So congratulations, I scored 213,788 points, which is pretty cool. Puts me at 13,568th place, which is pretty god dang terrible. So these are your scoring categories here. Obviously, the ground roll, which is how far left or right you are on the runway. Landing precision, which is how close or far you are to the box when you actually land on it. And then obviously your landing smoothness. Usually I'm pretty smooth at landing. However, that time around I wasn't so great at it. So we'll try one more time and see if I can get that just a little bit better. I'm not really sure why I wasn't paying attention to the altitude there, but I really had to dive down quite a bit and then pull up to try and land on it. So, Kaylin, I have to jet. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there. Oh, I definitely do. Hey, maybe when you get that box, we can talk about it live together or something. That'd be really cool. But have yourself a good night, Kaylin. I appreciate you coming on and joining us here for a little bit. It's always nice to have your face, or at least your chat and your words here with us. All right, so we're gonna go a little bit wider here. That way, the turn isn't as drastic to get it lined up with the runway. And I'm gonna slow down even more. And we're gonna make the turn here to line up the runway. As we make the turn here, so what I'm going to do is we're at a steady descent right now. I'm going to pull back on the throttle just slightly here, try and get it down to about 150 knots, and right about here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do full flaps now, which should decrease the speed quite a bit, which is good. And should also decrease the altitude at a relatively decent rate. There we go, 500. So I need to still maintain lift for a little bit more. Seems like I'm coming up just a little short. Let's see what we got here. And but it's not necessarily a calm day for landing either. Alright, about 120 is where I need to be in order to continue flight. And I'm aiming for the big landing pads right there. Here we go. Pull back on the stick quite a bit. And there we are for all four or all six down. There it is. And slam on the brakes. Doink. Alright, let's see. Hey, that's a heck of a lot better than I did the first time around. Apparently I only went up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty terrible. Wait, did they add the two together? Yeah, they had to have, because, yeah, interesting. So obviously that time the ground roll was quite a bit less, so didn't have to go, left or right a whole heck of a lot. It does look like I was a little bit off on where I should have actually put the tires down. The smoothness, not terrible, but not great either. So, but not too bad. Not bad at all. So, but the cool part about this is that obviously you're competing with other people to see who gets the best score. Obviously somebody's going to be dialed in and flying with the crazy yoke controllers and stuff like that. So I don't exactly expect to be perfect at this, but the other thing is that there also are landing challenges and bush trips, which is pretty neat, actually. So some of these landing challenges are actually a lot, like, really difficult to actually do. So just for example, why don't we do the Saint Bartholomew? I think that's how you say it. This one is actually an unbelievable steep incline of a runway, which is kind of entertaining to actually try and land on. So you come into it at a very weird angle, and you need to make sure that you're landing on it at a certain way because, well, it's a very short runway as well. Obviously, you're in a different type of plane. I think you're in a prop plane. I think you're in a TBM, which is still, again, fine, but it makes flying a little bit more challenging because you're having to learn the different planes, how they actually maneuver, how they react to the wind and your throttle and everything like that. So, oh, this is not the one that I was thinking of. This is the one that's right over the water. Yeah, this one's not the exact one that I was thinking of. Yes, you are in a TBM, which is pretty cool. 930, those planes are actually really sweet. I actually thoroughly enjoy these planes quite a bit. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually try and follow the little guideline that they have here on the map, obviously. And it doesn't look like I have any flaps up right now, which is fine. Oh no, I do. I have one. It's probably 15 degrees of flap right now, which is okay by me. Alright, so we're going to start the turn here, just slightly. And as we start our turn here, we'll also what we can do is actually probably get ready to put down. Oh, really? Is that not the right way to... Where's the airport? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna... I thought this line was actually like a guideline to show you where you're actually supposed to fly to, but apparently it's not. Oh, am I supposed to come in off the back side of it? Is that why it's telling me to do this loop? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. I guess we'll try coming in from the backside of the airport here, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, you got to be careful because of, well, the ground and the elevation and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we'll actually come up right around here, and we'll see what we come up with. Do a barrel roll. All right. You know what, Mr. Daly? Just for you, I will do a barrel roll. We're going to get past this little side skirt here, though, this little hill. And then we'll do a barrel roll. Just for you. Just for you. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the flaps up to regular here. I'm gonna give it a whole bunch of gas. Here we go. And he said, well, he wanted a barrel roll, so, well, sir, barrel roll it is. Woo! Now, if you saw a plane doing that right next to you, you'd probably poop yourself. However, I enjoy flying, so I'd probably be like, whoa, dude, that's awesome! Do it again! You won't. But yeah, there you go, Mr. Daly. Just for you. There's your barrel roll. Come again. We'll see you next time. Alright, so it looks like there's the runway. Right over there. We're going to slowly descend here. I'm going to do flaps 1. I'm going to put down the gear. So we slow ourselves way down here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm so supposed to come in off the... The crowd goes nuts! Yeah. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm supposed to come in off the other side of this runway here. All right, let's do full flaps. Let's see how quick of a... Oh, this is going to be an expedited landing here. Do full air brakes and everything. And let's just see if we make it. This is a short-ass runway. Holy cow. I didn't land on the designated runway. I did land, though. And I bet you I would have stopped. So we're going to try again. Only for you, Mr. Daly. Only for you. Alright, so let's try it again. You go by this rock here, is what it shows on the flight path there. I don't know why they have that blue line set up like that, though. It's very deceiving. Extremely deceiving. Alright, so we'll pull back on the throttle here a little bit. We will... Yeah, I don't even have the... Does this thing even have air brakes? No, it doesn't. Okay, whatever. On this day. Yeah, I mean, worth it. It's totally worth it. Alright, so we're gonna go nice and slow here. You turn in off of this rock, which is really weird. So you have to come over the top of this and then land on it? Oh god. This is I haven't done this one, as you can tell. Okay, I'm going to put the wheels down. We're going to cut the throttle a bit. We're going to go flaps, full flaps. Oh my god, it's in between. It's literally, see that little road there? Yeah, you got to land on the runway that's right after it. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. But there's trees right there. Yeah, it'll be fine. No worries. It'll be fine. Just run the landing gear right over the top of the trees there, and set her right down, and you'll be okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Get the hell out of here. I mean, we made it. I'd say that's a pretty good landing, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, if I was flying in that plane, it wouldn't have been that bad. And tell you what, there's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? Even with a 1,000,000-point score, which is pretty cool, I think that's probably the best one that I've ever actually done, and relatively good. Yeah, I'm still 10,000th place, because apparently there's some really, really good people here. But yeah, that's just one of the many different landing challenges that are available for your flying delight. We will actually do one more, because that one was actually quite cool. I've never actually done that one before, which was nuts. But we will try one other one. which was... that's what it was. Churchevel. That's the one that I was thinking of. So you come in around these mountains, and you got to bank it hard right before you hit the side of this hill, and then you land on the runway that is unbelievably short. So we'll do this one because I have done this one before. I'm not the most proficient at it, let me tell you that, but I do have some familiarity with this particular one. So let's give it a go. See what happens. And then we'll be done, I promise. And then it'll be over. Your landing smooth. Oh, damn. I was reading what it says. The centerline maximum distance reached from the centerline of the runway will be used to evaluate this parameter. Bouncing even once can drastically decrease your score. Let the plane lower itself on the runway instead of pushing down on the yoke. Alrighty. That's typically not a problem with me. But then again, I don't usually fly the prop planes. I'm flying the big jets. And by big jets, I mean most of the time it's just the A320N, but that's beside the point. Alright, let's take a look, see where we are in relation to this runway here. And right about here is where I'm going to make my turn. And let's just make sure. Okay, my gear is now going down. So do a nice little bank here. A little 30-degree turn. Line ourselves up with this runway over here. We'll do full flaps. Alright, Hans. Hey, thanks again for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll catch up with you soon. I appreciate everybody being here today. I know that it's a Tuesday afternoon. You guys could be anywhere else, but you're here with me, and I thoroughly appreciate it. And as I said earlier in the chat, we were discussing maybe going down to one chat a day, or not one chat a day, one stream a week. I'm not entirely sure what day would be best for you guys, or if you have yeah, but it's not stalling. See? Look at that. See? No stall. I landed on the mark. Yeah, still 23,000th place. Oh well. But yeah, that is it. And again, if you guys have a suggestion on which day you would prefer, whether it be Tuesday or Friday, or if you guys still like both days and like to hear me talk both days, that's fine too. Whatever floats your boat. We're just trying to get some sort of feedback here and figure out what works best for everybody, because obviously I don't want to just bore you throughout this, this whole thing. I understand that you have to dedicate time to actually sit here and watch, or at least put me up in the background on a different screen or something like that. But, either way, I appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully today you guys were able to have a little bit of fun and enjoyed talking. I appreciate, being able to converse back and forth with you guys. And hopefully we will see you on Friday, and we'll have some more good news, maybe some more parts, and maybe some more things that are a little bit more put together, like this audio card here. 7 days a week. I don't know, that's a tall order. You might have to ask Joe about that one. But we'll see. Who knows? But other than that, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the week. I appreciate you, and we will catch up with you on Friday. Stay safe out there.